Creativity, the addiction. A lot of people will laugh that off when I tell them that. In fact, I tried to share that idea with Ken Seeley yesterday. He's from Intervention on A&E. I don't think he bought into it as much as I live it every day, that creativity is an addiction. You go to it because you have to have it. Because, for a lot of people like myself, without my creativity, how am I supposed to survive? I mean, I live off it. I create things and then I sell it. And so it is an act of survival. So why wouldn't you want to build a relationship with it? Unplugged, because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally Uncut, because you know what? We all make mistakes, so turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. You doing okay? Have you been okay? Where have you been? Do I sound like your dad or your mom? Mom would always say that all the time. She'd say, "Where have you been, son?" Well, I don't know. I've just been. She never understood that. It's because I was an explorer as a child, as a teenager. I was always getting into things that I knew I wasn't supposed to be doing, but I was exploring. I was looking for things so that I could learn from them. I'm so much like that character that's in the movie Short Circuit. Input, need more input. And I've always based my life on that. I need more input because I learn from it. And then for some reason, I just want to teach it. I just want to share it. It's not for me. It's about growing. And I think that we can all grow from our personal experiences. But in order to do that, we have to learn to share it. Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer. And I take moments like this and I try to pull from it those lessons, those little itty bitty seeds that we may need in a week, a month, 2 years from now. But when you experience it and you let it grow and become fruit in your life, then you begin to see, wow, this is why I write, because it's documented. This is The Daily Mess. The walking way of a modern way is to do all we can to find peace inside all of these pieces. It's almost like a fractured fairy tale. Too many places to mentally escape, leaving the heart wide open to steer clear of its own messes. I meditate. It's called Nidra. The body goes into a moment of pure mindfulness. Upon my return, I often wonder if meditation is nothing more than running away. Much like prayer. We go into it, and when we come out and we're back in the real world, it's like, oh, crap. To free our minds from the moment, meditation and prayer. To gift the soul with peace, only to step back into this modern day present. Are we altering our lives when we do this? Research shows that it's called ASC, Altered States of Consciousness. Daily writing in this journal is no different. I honestly never know what I'm going to write about. And here's the important part. I never know what I put on the page until I go back to moments like this. And I go, I had no clue. I had no clue. It's an altered state of consciousness. And I think that might be one of the reasons why people do not like to write, because it takes them away from their present or the past that they can't escape from. It puts them in a place of, I don't know how to control this. I don't want to think like this. Because why would I even think like that? And why am I doing this? Because through ASC, Altered States of Consciousness, you go into an area where your mind, body, and soul find peace to break free of the pieces. It's a good place to hang your hat, but it's also very scary when you come back out and you wonder, was I running away from something? When people take drugs, they drink alcohol, they're running away from something. When people go shopping all the time, they're running away from something. You see yourself when you go onto Amazon. You see yourself when you're out there just driving on the highway. Sometimes you don't want to drive the speed limit. You want to get someplace a lot faster because you're in an altered state of consciousness. It feels good when you're rushing. You've got that adrenaline that's just cooked up inside your soul and you're just letting it free. So how can we gain the confidence to trust the altered states of consciousness? How can we learn from that and take from it the tools that are required in order to be mindful in our present without it making it feel like that we have shattered yet another piece of our lives? And there it is, all those pieces when all we ever wanted was peace. I write. Yes, it is ASC. Yes. But because of what I write, I use that as a tool. I've got documentation of where I was when I did escape. If you pray every morning, may I ask, what did you pray about this morning? Do you remember? Was it all about you? Me, 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 me? When you meditate, where do you go? Did you bring any tools back with you? Trusting ASC gifts you with a better tomorrow. It allows you to get into those places of peace a lot faster because you've learned the tools that are required. I'm Arroe, and that's the Daily Mess.